That's right, people. You've got this sexy ass right here on this bed. Oh yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. Huh? Too much? May I come in? Okay, so here we are. That was more entertaining than this entire anime. Yeah, let me tell you something right here. Welcome to 2016 here on Kevin Jones Reviews. Okay? This week we are talking about Gatchaman Crowd's Insights. And as you all know, we reviewed Gatchaman Crowd Season 1 several months ago. I didn't like it, he did, nothing new there. What was your thought on this season?
First half was good, middle was bad, second half was slow, end episode made me cry a little bit. They set it up kind of for a third season. I doubt it's gonna happen. I liked it.
Weirdly enough, I more or less agree with you on all those points. I fucking hated this thing. Well, it's like, Season 1 came out, and the production troubles it had are now legendary. The studio that was originally going to do it went bankrupt. When they got their new studio, the budget was halved. I get that, and I'll forgive Season 1 for that, because they had no control over that. This time around, though, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't. I mean, from the cookie-cutter plot to... Oh my god, they barely used any of the characters in this.
Yeah.
Like, if you like that new Gatchaman girl, be happy, because she's all you see.
Which, we'll talk about her later, because there's something that I really hated about her.
Yeah.
That, you know, whatever.
But what the hell happened here?
Typical anime stuff.
Yeah, but even the good stuff from Season 1 was totally thrown out the window. The stuff everyone liked.
Yeah.
Like, OD. Everyone loves OD. He did nothing.
He was still in the show as, like, a person just talking sometimes.
Because that's what we want. He had, like, he had maybe a page of lines in this.
Yeah.
Like, and Utsu, too, did nothing.
She never did anything.
Yeah, but at least
she's always just been in the background being like, I'm gloomy, and that's it.
Yeah, but at least in the first season there was a story arc, and her and Hajime become BFFs. In this, she's Hajime's sidekick, and even Hajime in this is pretty boring by that character's standards.
Well, because, the thing with Hajime that I found, essentially, with this second season is that she's still the goofy, like, carefree person from the first season. But in a way, she's gotten more, like, mature, kind of. Like, she's more mature than she was in the last season, that's for sure. And while that may be good in certain regards, it's just like, still, she's the same carefree person that gets annoying after a while.
Yeah, but this was my problem, was in Season 1 you got the sense she genuinely wanted to help people, she was genuinely trying. Here she seems way more concerned in just making catchphrases and saying puns.
Yeah, I found that she was pretty much just there as, like, kind of a devil's advocate at certain points, where it's like, everything's going bad. Well, you know, things are good.
Yeah. We totally screwed up, and now a red and blue alien is controlling the third strongest economy on Earth.
Gotcha.
That got irritating.
Gotcha.
Oh, and Pai Pai runs a daycare.
Yeah, that's cute.
For 3-year-olds.
That's cute.
And weirdly enough, all the 3-year-olds have the same design as Hajime, just with different colors.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's weird. Like, what the hell? Oh, and the blonde guy, he did nothing also, and he was supposed to be the secondary protagonist.
I was mad that he was demoted to harem boy.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was like, he was like the quintessential Gatchaman, essentially, of the first season.
Yeah.
And then he's just always in the background as fucking, he has this group of 3 girls that are just following me everywhere. It's like, that's not fun.
And then he's like, it's okay if the giant pillow people start eating people, because we're all having fun.
Yeah.
That is not that character.
I still had trouble figuring out which Rui was Rui. Because first he's in the fucking blonde, like, cherry kind of strawberry wig, then he's just in his black hair, then he's in this form. It's like, I kept thinking, even though I know it's him, I'm like, these are different characters. These are different people. I don't give a fuck. It's not Rui, the same person. And it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that was weird. And he also did nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, Rui was annoying in the first season, but I could buy him in the first season in the sense that he's kind of like the one who opens Pandora's box. He had all the right intentions, but things just went wrong. But I think the problem is that...
One could say the same thing for fucking Gatchaman.
No, that's exactly what happened here. But the difference with Rui was that it was more relatable in Season 1. Here in Season 2, he's basically there to just bitch. And then he's like, oh, humanity is perfect, but I get stabbed by this lunatic.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he's just lying with the things in his bed.
Yeah, that pissed me off. It's like, yeah,
What happened?
I just don't care anymore. X, just take over. I'm just fine.
And even watching it, you know in reality it's just because he's got to be somewhere. I do think that this season had a harder time trying to keep the cast cohesive.
Like, the fact that the fucking... But not even, like, the intro 15-minute episode for this series essentially had more climactic shit than in the actual series.
Just watch, a report's going to come out in a few weeks that they spent the whole budget on that.
Yeah.
That probably happened.
Like, it's, oh god, the Prime Minister is being attacked on Air Force Japan 1 by red crowds and fighter jets. And it's up to our fucking fearless heroes to save the day, and the day was saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
And then they did nothing else for the next 13 episodes.
Which is I also like that series because like they destroy the plane. He's like, do you know how much those cost?
That was great. And it's like it fills you with so much confidence. I'll say this much though: season 2 is definitely more successful, funnier wise.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot more. Maybe that's because since the first season we knew all the characters already. When we got into season 2, we were more prepared for this humor. But I thought a lot of the political stuff went better because it focused on it more, but I didn't think it was like Star Wars prequels where it's beating you over the head with it. Like, I thought it did a good job at first of simplifying everything. I feel like everything sort of goes down south once Gel becomes president. And what did you think of Gel just as a character? People hate this guy.
I mean...
Like, the internet.
It was okay the first time, but then after it's like, let's get political. That's when I kind of just fell off. And then fucking, what's her name? The new girl.
Tsubasa, I think, or Tsukasa.
Tsukasa. It's
something.
Yeah, something like that. She jumps on his bandwagon. And is like, I'm gonna leave the Gatchaman if blah blah. And it's like, okay. Which that was another thing about her. Tsubasa, that's her name.
Yeah.
And it's like, she was a really interesting character. It's like they added a new Gatchaman. That's actually really cool. Like, she's kind of relatable. She's cute. Everything's going, like, perfect for that. And then it's like, I have to wait all this, like, she just gets annoying towards the middle, and it's like, oh god. And then it takes her until the fucking 11th or 10th episode to finally figure out, oh, I just need to go and talk to my grandfather to be able to turn into a Gatchaman. Like, why? I don't care if it's like, you know, at least give her some more, like, she only transformed one other time, and that was because she was like, fuck this shit, you're not helping Rui, we need to do something. And it's like...
That was great, though, that.
Yeah, but it's just like, she has, like, so much potential to be a really cool Gatchaman. She has the potential, she's how Hajime was in the first episode, like, season. Hajime decided to be, like, in this season, like, yeah, like, I'm still goofy, but, you know, I'm kind of serious now. Whereas she comes in and is like, hey, there are problems here. Like Hajime was like in the first season when she was like, why are all of you just so, like, fucking sticks in the mud? It's like, let's just be fun. We can show ourselves to the world. It's not fucking secret anymore. Let's just be heroes. And then she's like, well, yeah, let's do that. But, you know, there's still fucking problems in the world. We need to do something about that. And it's like, there's so many tropes here that gets annoying really quickly. And the fact that she's not really played on until the end of the series, when she finally gets to transform properly, is just boring.
Yeah, like, that whole climax is... Well, because it's kind of a repeat of the first one. We have a bunch of nameless alien thugs that they have to be careful how they kill so it doesn't hurt anyone else. So the action's not really interesting. You're not invested because these things don't really have any character to them. They're a little bit more interesting in the crowds in the sense that they actually talk and they have a sense of purpose.
Well, crowds can talk.
Well, I mean, like, talking was more of an element with these things.
Well, I was just like that. Also bothered me is because it's like they essentially banished the crowd from ever being used,
Yeah.
which
It is something you could see happening.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's like towards the end, it's like, how are we just not saying, you know what, fuck it, let's bring the crowds in to fight these things or whatever? It's like that could have been so much better. Like the guy after he gets out of jail, after like he's released by his inside guy, it's like, you know, we can still use crowds. Like we probably have people that can hack into the mainframe and be like, yeah, we can have crowds again. It's like, no, we're fine. Let's just wait this out and see what the Gatchaman are gonna do.
Like they do anything. That pissed me off. How these things are eating people. These giant pillow potato sack
And then
things.
Pai-chan's like, yeah.
Yeah, they're eating people, and the Gatchaman don't do anything.
They're eating people. The people are like, yeah, and then like the people in the world after they see that video of like the one eating the little girl's father.
Yeah.
Which was sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, if he deserved it though, and it's like, the fuck you mean?
And it wouldn't be a problem if they went into it. Like, if this was really trying to be sort of like a character study on what makes people lazy, how they can go with the crowds and stuff, fine. But the thing is that this show very obviously just wants to be sci-fi action-y, but it doesn't want to do anything to be sci-fi action-y. Like, what really pissed me off more than anything else was in that climax, the Gatchaman don't do anything about the things eating people. They don't try at all to stop them until they know that Gel is in danger. Until they realize that the thing that they screwed up at the first time is in danger, now they want to go be heroes. What a bunch of selfish fucks these guys are.
Not to mention, it's going off topic of sorts.
What else is new?
I know. We might as well just call this the off-topic podcast. Just kidding. That's the Achievement Hunter podcast. So anyway, another thing that I was really mad about in this season was there's not any action. Like in the first season, there was not little action to begin with, but it's like in this one, it's lesser than it was previously, which is such a shame because the fucking Gatchaman theme that they use whenever they transform is one of the best songs in an anime I've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you have the power to give them like all the chances to fight, which you know this is just a fucking essentially it's a slice of life half of the time.
Yeah.
And it's like no, there's no fighting. There's like it's like Dragon Ball Z. There's like fucking 5 episodes of filler and then a fight and then filler, and it's like why?
Mm-hmm. And also, you're wasting the animation in this. This visual style
is really good looking.
Yeah, it's interesting, it's different, and when there are fights in this, it lends itself very well to action.
Like a lot of, well, not to cut you off, but a lot of people hate CGI anime, but when it's done well,
yeah,
it's okay. And this series proves that CGI, if done well, is actually really good.
Yeah, it really works for this type of setting, but they don't do anything with it.
Not to mention the whole music. Like, the music in this series from this first season was really good. And then this season, pretty much the entire music soundtrack for this fucking series is the fucking TV show fucking opening, the da-da-da, and then fucking da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, shut up! Just, you have so many other really good musics in your fucking tool belt of music, and it's like, no! I have to hear this fucking da-da-da-da-da-da every fucking time.
And it's the same composer, too, so this was a conscious decision made by the studio.
Not to mention the fucking TV guy that's in, like, the purple Joker fucking suit.
Served no purpose.
Well, he was just annoying. And like, for the whole season, I was like, he's gonna betray them. He's going to fucking do something, betray them, turn all of their, like, side against them. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be an evil person. No, he's just like a dumbass who doesn't do shit except replace OD 3 episodes before the end.
Yeah, and they're like, this is OD's big plot for this season.
And then OD comes in, like, episode whatever, and the other guy that replaced him is like, oh, OD! And he's like, yeah, no, what are you gonna know? Like, this is too sudden.
Yeah, I said with the season 1 review that this is a great gay character. Like, because it's not about him being gay, it's about him as a character. He just happens to be gay. This time around, with that other guy they introduced, I think gay people might find this offensive.
Not to mention, he's that stereotypical gay person that has that girl best friend,
yeah,
which is Utsu.
Yeah, but I bought it in the first season because they don't really have a